Hi, my name is Michael. I'm a secondary school mathematics teacher who has expertise in helping students with autism. In this video, I'm going to talk about how we can use visual aids to better help children with autism. So one of the learning challenges that students with autism have is to understand verbal and non-verbal communication cues. So it is ideal to minimize using verbal instructions. Instead, it's good to use pictures, videos, other form of information so that students can be engaged in learning and the chances of them getting distracted can go lower, right? So I just want to show you one of the examples that I often use in my classroom as in visual representation, and I found out that this method is very helpful to keep the students with autism engaged in learning. So it's simply a card game. So each card that I have right here has a word problem. And these word problems involve four operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, which are essential components of numeracy. We use this all the time in grocery store, at a bank, between the friends as well, right? So it's a great game to hone the essential numeracy skills that is applicable in real life. So I'm just going to show you an example of the card. Right? It looks something like this. So as you can see, there are questions written at the top and there's also picture drawn at the bottom. So I can see that from the student's perspective, it's not just mundane, boring like worksheet, especially when there is a picture. So the way that you play this one is it's simply like a card game. You can play with like 2 players or 4 players. It's totally up to you. Once you have the deck of cards, you're going to put it down on the desk and each player will take turn to pick up a card. If the player who drew the card get that question right, then that player gets to keep the card, and a person who accumulates more cards at the end wins. So I've drawn the card and it says Annie has 20 cents. She gives her brother 10 cents to buy a cake at the school fair. How much money will she have left? So Annie has originally 20 cents. She gave 10 cents, so she will have 10 cents as the remainder, right? Now she has 10 cents. So I get to keep this card. When you play this game though, the one thing that I would like you all to do is make sure you ask the thinking procedure of the students. Getting the answer and coming up with the answer is 2 different things. Oftentimes, I've done this so many times as a child as well. Kids oftentimes guess and they are concerned about them getting the answer wrong because they want to impress their parents and the teachers. So it's really important to create a supportive and positive learning environment. In that way, kids can feel safe to make mistakes, and all the time, even when it's game-based learning, to make the most out of it, parents or educator must ask kids, okay, I think that's a cool answer. How did you get that? I'm very curious about your thinking. And then you can even say, all right, now I'm the student, you're the teacher. Can you please explain to me? I'm eager to learn. So then kids will describe his or her thoughts and how he or she approached the question, right? And then you listen, observe the approach, the observation that the kids have, and then from there you can suggest, oh, okay, that's cool, but I think it'll be better if we do it this way, right? So in this video, I have suggested one of the examples that you can use for the visual representation, which is very effective in the classroom. And I also talked about how working rather than the answer, how thinking procedure is rather than the guessing is important in children's learning. So if you found this information helpful, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.